Trouble front straightaway. Joey Logano pounds the safer barrier at the inside of the entrance to pit road. And it's a hard hit for the 18-year-old from Middletown, Connecticut. He had been doing so well from the back. He'd climbed up to 27th position as of a lap ago, but something sent that car out of line and hard into the wall.
I'm going to tell you, that was a hard lick, but Mike, you mentioned it, safer barrier on the inside there coming into the tri-oval.
See what happens here. I got a feeling that
he tried to stay off of Scott Speed in the 82, and he drove down in front of Greg Biffle, but look at that, a hard lick there.
I love it that they finally put the safer barrier there. That used to be a dirt bank several years ago, and boy, it was worse than hitting a wall.
You would know. You hit that thing a ton. Wasn't it 4th of July race?
Yeah, no, it was in the 500 at 83.
And you know, no one did anything wrong there. Scott Speed got loose. Joey Logano tried to stay off of him. Greg Biffle in the 16 was right there.
Oh, we got one moving into the, we saw this on pit road early. Casey Kane hits the inside wall and knocks it down. Saw some guys' helmets that were sitting up there. So a problem with Casey Kane's car. Goes on to pit road and the caution's out.
Coming off turn 3, approaching the front straightaway. You can see Casey's all by himself, gets loose. Same thing we saw with Jeff Burton the other day, almost in the same tread marks. Can't get the car all the way spun out. Now I'll be honest with you, he's long for the ride, trying to keep from hitting the inside wall, but there's just no stopping it at this point.
And as you mentioned, 2 days in a row now we have seen something similar to this. As I mentioned, some of the things that were sitting on pit road, crew members will put their helmets on pit road waiting before they have to go out there for a pit stop. And we've seen on these replays some things flying, one of those being a helmet.
Oh, into the wall goes the 10. And 10 is hit as well as she was coming back down the track. Danica Patrick. Looked as though the 55 of David Reagan made contact with Danica as she was coming down the track. She gets the car refired. Looks like she's going to try to drive it back.
All that blue foam you see on the racetrack there was probably out of the door of the 55. Probably peeled his door open, probably the right side, but looking at the 55, that's the energy absorbent foam that's in the door between the sheet metal and the chassis. The window net's down on the 55. That's always a good sign.
But you see second.
Down on the outside of Newman.
Around she goes. Didn't look like there was contact there, but could have been earlier.
Yeah, I have to believe there was contact the way she turned around quickly. Here comes David Reagan, nowhere to go. He did nothing wrong. Yeah, with a 3 wide.
Right here, I think, is the best shot. You have the 31 underneath the 10. The 31 just moves up. I didn't know if the 24 get into the 31, but at that view, it seemed clear to me that there was no contact. Jeff was just turning underneath the 31. The 31 got in the corner deep.
Yeah.
Between the 31 and the 10, there was definitely contact. Whether the 31 came up or the 10 was coming down, that's what makes this corner so difficult, Jeff, because what's the line? You can't follow the dotted line. What's the natural line of the cars into the corner?
Yeah, Danica was expecting Ryan Newman to go all the way down to like the left, put the left sides closer to the yellow line. She was protecting that spot, trying to.
He was running 16th.
See, he gets loose right
Sideways,
there.
Yeah,
and ends up overcorrecting it. Hits the wall really hard, hard impact.
It's right along with Jeff Gordon.
It's so hard as a driver when you have to turn the wheel back right. If you don't, you're going to spin out. But when you turn the wheel back right and the front tires catch, this is what happens. So you just got to not turn the wheel back to the right as hard. It's very difficult to do. We see really good race car drivers do this, and every tire is different. You know, the left side tires and right side tires are different. When you turn that wheel back to the right, the left side tires sometimes dig. This is a different tire than we ran last week at Charlotte. So every tire behaves a little bit differently. When he got loose, he just got the wheel turned too far back to the right. Hard impact to the wall.
Here's what else he had to say on the radio. Turn number 1, hard contact for Ryan Blaney. Make that another car, slamming into the outside wall. They come into turn number 2. It's Landon Castle. Landon Castle just pile drives the turn 1 safer barrier, and he rides the wall all the way through 1 and all the way through 2.
And we witnessed the second contact in that 0-0 of Landon Castle, and now waiting to see the window net come down. And there it is. That's a great sign, as the safety crews will immediately get to him.
Further back. Oh, and Gus Dean is going around. Ooh, hard contact. A big hit for Gus Dean, and the caution is out. And had nowhere to go either. He had someone on his back bumper, and boy, that's a
man, that's a frightening feeling, seeing that wall coming at that speed. Believe me, I know I've hit a few of them.
Thank goodness for the safer barrier. Obviously, you see how much damage there is to that truck.
Riding along with the bat cam, 100 miles an hour on that camera as they go down the back stretch.
Oh, there it is.
Hard into the wall. The 41 of Kurt Busch. He'll collect the rest of the field.
The 18's in it. The 48's in it.
The 88 is in it. Just on the front edge. She starts to roll now on the apron. The 32 of Matt DiBenedetto. The 4 of Harvick.
20 of Matt Kenseth.
78, Martin Truex Jr. Brendan Gaughan in the 75.
Looks like the 78. Was that the 38 perhaps? David Reagan?
Yeah, I think it was a 38. It's like that 78 trying to make it 4 wide. That's the moves we see drivers make. Late in the race, you can see right there the 78 trying to get on the outside.
And this is what we've talked about all week. Why do the playoff drivers fear Talladega? Because of this. Every one of these drivers, the 18 of Kyle Busch, the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse-Schuster, the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, you see heavy contact there as well. 4 of Kevin Harvick. They have to be in the middle of this pack. They have to fight for the points. That's why those stages are so important. Think about the points that were gained by Keselowski, Blaney, even Johnson. He got 10 points in over the stages. That's going to take a little of the sting away from this accident, because this has eliminated all of these race cars.
And this is back-to-back weeks for the 18 of Kyle Busch to have a wrecked car.
Big hits.
And think about that. Everyone had Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr. automatically in Miami.